Today we're joined by David Nardaia, CEO of Lambda Gaming. Since taking on the role, he's been leading the company's global growth and commercial strategy, positioning it as a high-performance, product-driven force in the gaming industry. We'll be discussing the success of Avion, its standout performance with operators, and what's next for Lambda Gaming on the global stage. David, welcome.
Hello. Well,
Thank
nice to meet you.
Here with us today.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. So, yeah.
Let's talk about Avion.
Okay.
It has won the most played game at SiGMA Africa, received another trophy for the best marketing campaign at SiGMA South America in Brazil, and got shortlisted for multiple awards in South America. What was your reaction when you found out?
Honestly, it felt like confirmation more than surprise. We always believed that Avion wasn't just another crash game. So when we won for both player impact and the marketing, that told us two things: that players get it and the story is landing. So we built Avion to move the category forward, and the combination of the two trophies means we are actually making a mark.
A lot of games in this category look similar. Same UI patterns, same flow, same feel. When you were designing Avion, what did you specifically want a player to feel the first time they opened it? And how did that shape the design decisions you made?
Okay, so we wanted the player to feel speed, clarity, and momentum right away. Not confusion, not clutter, and not waiting, most important. The idea shaped everything, and we focused on a very lightweight build and clean experience, and the game flow that moves forward without boring waiting times between rounds. So we did not want Avion to feel like an old crash game with a new skin. So we wanted it to feel modern from the first second, because that is what players expect today.
And operators using Avion are reporting a whopping 225% more bets per session without spending more on traffic or promotions. When those numbers came in, did they match what you expected, or were you surprised by the scale of it?
Okay, so we expected strong results because the product logic was clear. If you remove waiting time and give players more active gameplay, they should engage more deeply. And what stood out was the size of the effect. We were excited. Our partners were surprised. When you see numbers like 225% more bets per session and 600% more round cycles, you understand that this is not a small improvement, right? Huge. And it means that, it means the structure of the game is making a real difference. So that is exactly what we set out to prove. Yeah, that was the reason actually behind it.
And of course, operators care more about numbers at the end of the day. What does the conversation look like when you show them what Avion is doing on platforms that are already running in?
Actually, it's getting much easier to talk with them, I mean, because the conversations becomes very direct. Once operators see that Avion is not just fast in theory, but is actually driving more bets per session and more round activities, the focus changes. So they stop asking whether the idea is interesting and start asking how quickly they can test it. Operators, they simply don't need a nice story, okay? They need performance, and Avion gives them exactly that. And then they can see this direct, numbers and improvements in their back offices. So it's not just something we need to prove to them. They can see these results directly, okay?
You put your game rip slow on the SiGMA South America agenda and held an actual funeral party.
Yeah.
So what does it look like in theory, and what were you trying to say to operators with that?
Yeah, I think that that was a brilliant idea from our marketing team, and thanks to them, we made it so loud and clear that, and message was simple, to be frank, that slow crash is dead, okay? Nowadays, players are used to fast experience in every aspect of their lives. The speed is really different today compared like it was 5 years ago. Why should crash games be any different? The funeral was our way of saying that loudly, in a way people wouldn't forget that, okay, guys, it's a new era for a fast crash. So That's was our main idea. But behind the show, there was a real point with the real data and numbers we have discussed. So Avion is generally measurably faster, and you can prove yourself whenever you try it. So yeah.
Most definitely. Tell me, after SiGMA Africa and SiGMA South America, what's next on the map for Lambda?
So we have quite ambitious plan for this year. So our next stop will be SiGMA Manila. And we are using the momentum to open more doors, reach more operators, and expand into more markets. So with SiGMA Manila, we are aiming to increase our presence in Asia. So, and overall events are the part of the plan, but the real goal is to make everyone understand that Avion is a new benchmark in crash gambling, and not just noise, but data-proven game. Yeah.
What interests you the most about participating in SiGMA Asia?
I think it's a unique opportunity to meet operators and partners who are not attending other events. Okay, like we attended SiGMA Manila last year, and it was a really, really good experience to meet people you can't meet elsewhere. Okay, so we feel that it will be the same this year, and we want to cover this Asian region with our participation in SiGMA Manila. So yeah, we have quite a good optimistic view of participation in SiGMA Manila. Yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing you there. David Nardaia, you're the CEO of Lambda Gaming. Thank you for your time and your insights. We wish you continued success in the journey ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. See you again in the future.
See you soon.